The Pakatan Harapan government has marked its first anniversary in power following the unprecedented victory last year. And so much has happened in the last 365 days.
CCCC has agreed to refund part of the 3.1 billion. We have determined that the pipeline will not be constructed.
We have been able to recover quite a lot of the money that was lost.
The government has decided to reinstate the Bandar Malaysia project that was abruptly terminated in May 2017. The government was faced with the choice to either renegotiate or pay termination cost of about 21.78 billion.
Dengan memberi subsidi kepada pihak memiliki sebuah kereta yang berkapasiti enjin 1,500cc dan ke bawah. Tapi untuk SST kita telah kecualikan 5,443.
Our priorities now is to reduce the government expenditures. We have to reduce our borrowings.
Oleh kerana komplikasi-komplikasi tersebut, maka kerajaan telah menetapkan untuk sementara waktu gaji minima sebanyak RM1,050.
Well, the first 1 year has been about fact findings, reviews and audits. So what's next? UOB Research senior economist Julia Goh says having an economic growth plan for the next 5 years is crucial for the country, given this global slowdown and business confidence hitting a record low for the first half of this year, disclosed by RAM Business Confidence Index.
The second, the third year, these years will be very important for expediting the reforms and execution, creating growth, especially when the global picture isn't looking as favorable and looking more challenging. I think that's probably the most important to ensure that the economy and growth continues on a sustainable and stable track.
Well, on a positive note for the construction sector, there has been more clarity on government policies with the gradual resumption of public sector projects such as East Coast Rail Link project and Bandar Malaysia. And not forgetting the federal government debt. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng says the government intends to reduce the current debt and liabilities to 65% of GDP from over 80% currently through the renegotiation of mega projects. Besides that, private equity investors have also experienced some positive changes on the ground. Regional private equity investor Ian Yung says mediators such as brokers and agents that were previously much sought for their direct connection with government officials have reduced in the last 1 year, bringing down the cost in businesses. But has the corporate mindset shifted from know who to know how?
Yeah, many businessmen still rely on know who. But the move towards the know-how, I feel that it's still very slow. In fact, I feel that the government has changed faster than many of the businesses, And of course, those who have been relying on know-who, boy, they've been in big trouble.
Stakeholders point out that the government is weak in communicating its message effectively to the people on the ground.
Like I said, the PR is still very weak, so they need to get the act together.
What businesses don't like is flip-flop of policies, so they want certainty.
Given the historic strong linkage between politics and business, one can't help focus on a sea of political uncertainty such as who will succeed to Dr. Mahathir, how and when will it happen, will Datuk Seri Anwar ever make it, why is there no economic plan from the Minister of Economic Affairs, why does the government keep losing by-elections? Well, these questions on our minds is probably a good thing, as Ian Yung says this is a sign of political maturity in Malaysia.
We're more mature in a political system. Irrespective of whoever is in government, we can still carry on. Look at countries like Australia, the US. These are mature nations where, irrespective of whichever government is in power, the system still functions. So we'll be less dependent on the political environment.
Well, stakeholders say the next 12 months of Pakatan rule should be about executing reforms and having an economic growth plan for the longer run.